Okay, so I have a poem, uh, which is different than my poem last week because different is good. Half of it is written on paper and half of it is written on my iPhone. So you're gonna have to allow me time to transition when we get there. Let me get set up. This poem is called Time. It's all relative. And this is for Albert Einstein and Alex Trebek. Time is everything. It is not something that should be wasted, is one of the many things that my father was constantly saying, and I was constantly ignoring. And if he wasn't telling me this, he was thinking about telling me this, and how I was wasting all my time away, as if it was water in a dam, and I was slowly spreading the cracks, leaking my time away, and destroying a happy little town below with all my distractions and procrastination. Then one day I learned that time is really a dimension in which events can be ordered from the past through the present and into the future. And if you take some time like me and go on Wikipedia, you can learn these same things. I also learned a while ago, some really smart guy with some crazy hair said some stuff about how I might see things differently than you if we were in two different places and looking at the same thing. That we wouldn't experience the same thing, that when we described what we saw to each other, that it would both be relating the same thing but with different outcomes. Just some heavy stuff. This guy also said that if someone is traveling in a big blue rocket ship and pokes his bubble head out of his rocket ship window and sees someone floating in space, that they will appear compressed, but their time will be expanded. And you can see 1,000 years of their time in 1 second of yours. This is when I realized that my father was right in one aspect. Time can be everything. It's all about how you treat it. Well, sometimes I like to drink 8 cups of tea with my cereal, and sometimes I do these things at 2 in the morning. Sometimes I write poems when I should be studying for biology, and sometimes I meet pretty girls in the library, and sometimes I get scared when I talk to them. Sometimes is the key. Science will tell you that time is infinite. From the beginning, there was time, and there was time even before that, and there will always be time for even longer than we will exist. Time will continue on. But not for us. Someday, we will all die. Even that girl right there will die. And that dude not paying attention will die. It's okay. But don't worry, because time is infinite. There is enough for all of us. So I'm going to take my time, is what I told the girl in the library. And I'm going to trade with you for some of yours. And we can keep doing that until one of us runs out. Maybe tomorrow, or maybe in 64 years, when we can wake up at 5 in the morning and drive real slow down to Denny's and have coffee and read the paper for 5 hours because we have no bearing on what time means anymore. Maybe we can trade our time second by second, or we can trade our time in lives. Or maybe you can come in close with me and our bodies can touch and rage with energy that will blast us into light speed so we can live 1,000 years in 1 second, and our mass will expand our bodies and we'll begin to break into particles that fill the spaces that others for us to occupy. Our hearts will begin to expand beyond imagination further than what the principles of Einstein's theories would allow until we come back apart and then come back together again. And then we can sit in the grass and look up through the trees, and we can look for stars or satellites or airplanes and tell each other about what we are seeing. And we can find things that are moving through the time that we are trading. Thank you.